Aurora Axnes, the ethereal Norwegian singer-songwriter whose voice seems woven from Nordic myths and midnight auroras, has long enchanted listeners with her otherworldly artistry. But in a groundbreaking revelation, the 29-year-old artist behind hits like Runaway is pulling back the veil on her neurodivergence, a facet of her identity she's hinted at obliquely but now addresses head-on, exploring how it shapes, challenges, and ultimately fuels her luminous career. In an interview that feels like a confessional hymn, Aurora dissects the double-edged sword of a brain wired differently in a world built for the neurotypical, offering a beacon for fellow artists navigating similar terrains. Neurodivergence, an umbrella term embracing conditions like autism spectrum disorders and ADHD, describes brains that process the world through unique lenses, vibrant, intense, often brilliant but burdened by societal mismatches. For Aurora, whose music dances between folk-tinged dream pop and introspective ballads, this divergence is both muse and maze. With age and with time, I've become a bit better at managing being neurodivergent, and trying to not completely overwhelm myself until a point of no return, she shares, her words a gentle map of hard-won wisdom. It's a maturation process, she explains, honed through years of touring's relentless rhythm, where the line between inspiration and exhaustion blurs like fog over fjords. At the core of her candor is a profound irony. Artistry and neurodivergence are soulmates, destined yet doomed. It's not spoken about so much, neurodivergence and artistry, how they're so meant for each other but also so not, Aurora muses. The creative fire that birthed albums like All My Demons Greeting Me as a Friend thrives on the divergent mind's hyperfocus and sensory symphony, ideas cascading like waterfalls, emotions rendered in technicolor. Yet the industry's underbelly with its deadlines, promotions and performative small talk, clashes violently. The opposite of what you want and need from this world is everything that comes along as a ripple effect from just you making your music, she laments, pinpointing the paradox, birthing a song from solitude's womb, only to thrust it into commerce's clamor. Executive function, the brain's CEO for planning, organizing and decision-making, poses Aurora's steepest climb. For neurodivergent folks, it's like navigating a storm without a compass. Working memory falters under multitasking's weight, cognitive flexibility bends but rarely breaks routines, and inhibition control wars with impulsivity. It can be really hard when it's not things that are burning in my chest, where I can go into hyper-focused mode and forget that I have a body, she admits. Performance, that sacred stage alchemy, becomes a superpower. The spotlight erases fatigue or frailty, channeling her into a vessel of pure expression. When I perform, it's very easy to forget that I'm tired or sick. It's just gone, which is very cool. But offstage, the head tasks, emails, schedules, networking, drain like sand through fingers. With things that are more through the head and not the heart, it can be really difficult from day to day, she concedes, her vulnerability a velvet-wrapped strength. Aurora's globe-trotting lifestyle, a nomad's curse and cure, amplifies these dynamics. Jet-lagged in hotel lobbies or delayed at airports, the enforced idleness could spiral into frustration. Instead, she's alchemized it into sanctuary. I'm quite good at letting all the wishy-washiness of this life trigger good things in me, she reveals with a spark of defiance. Travel morphs into cocoon time, devouring novels that transport her further, sketching ethereal figures in notebooks, crafting cozy nests amid chaos. Like, if I travel a lot, I use that time to read a book or draw. I make it cozy. When I feel time is just wasting away, waiting to arrive somewhere or whatever, I escape into my brain and I really like it there. And I find it very easy. It's a reclamation, turning limbo into a portal to her inner cosmos, where neurodivergence isn't deficit but dimension. This openness arrives at a pivotal juncture for Aurora, whose 2023 album What Happened to the Earth grappled with climate elegies and human fragility, earning critical acclaim and a devoted AURORNS following. Her music's hallmark, whispered vulnerability swelling to choral crescendos, mirrors her neurodivergent experience. Intimate intensities that demand space yet yearn for connection. By voicing the unspoken, she's not just personalizing her path but pioneering discourse in an industry slow to embrace mental multiplicity. Artists like Billie Eilish and Halsey have broached similar themes, but Aurora's lens, tinted by Scandinavian introspection, feels folklore fresh. Yet challenges persist. The point of no return, she mentions. Those overwhelm cascades have tested her, from tour meltdowns masked as jet lag to creative droughts where hyperfocus flips to paralysis. She's learned boundaries, therapy as ritual, routines as anchors, collaborators who intuit her rhythms. Trying to not completely overwhelm myself is mantra now, a shield against burnout's blaze. And in that management lies empowerment. Neurodivergence, reframed, becomes her edge. The reason her lyrics pierce souls, her melodies mimic memories meander. For aspiring creators in her orbit, Aurora's words are gospel. Embrace the mismatch, for it's the friction that forges fire. Her career, from Bergen busking to Coachella stages, exemplifies this, defying norms while honoring her neurology. As she teases new music, whispers of a collaborative EP with indigenous voices, one senses the divergence deepening her palette. In a world rushing to homogenize, Aurora's confession is rebellion. A song for the wired differently, proving that the most divergent minds often light the darkest paths. Her brain, that beloved escape, isn't just surviving the industry, it's reimagining it, one harmonious note at a time.